Mille Petrozza from Kreator here. You're watching the Age of Metal in your face.
Hello everyone, this is Miguel with the H Metal, and I'm here again a year later with Mille of Kreator. How you doing, sir?
Good. How about you?
I'm pretty good. I mean, a lot of stuff to do, and I noticed that you've been really busy the whole year.
Yeah.
Now you are on the road with Arch Enemy. Last year was with Overkill. How has been this tour with a band so extreme as an Arch Enemy, a little bit, well, closer to Overkill, but a little bit more different?
That's what we like. We like to go out with different bands. And we're good friends with the guys from Arch Enemy.
Okay.
Very good friends. We've been talking about doing a tour together for many years.
Okay.
So we decided, since they're coming out with us in Europe, that they have this new album out here, and so we decided to join them on their tour. You know, it's why it's a flip flop thing. You know,
Yeah.
Europe is for us, and there this is. But this is like I think the crowd reactions are just great, because Arch Enemy is a band that really, it's very metal, you know, like in the sense of variety. And Kreator is also very metal,
Yeah.
but more also with a very freshy edge to it. And so it's like a nice combination of bands, and the people get something. They get a real metal show. It's like a lot of metal in one night. So it's working out really great.
It's interesting because I was thinking when I saw the announcement of the European tour, and I noticed that you guys were headlining there. When the announcement came in here, it flip flopped. So I was wondering. I mean, well, probably why just not headlining both continents? Because I mean, I'm going.
This is the third tour for this album.
Okay.
We don't have a new album,
Okay.
and if we get to put a new album up, we go back headlining. You know, this is just. I think, you know, like I said, we're good friends. There's no egos, and I wanted to try this tour and see how it works, and it worked out great. And you know, like I said, we've been talking about this for years, for many years.
Now, how has been the response of the Arch Enemy fan base towards Kreator? Probably the people that don't know or is not familiar with Kreator.
There's only a few, but those few, we get them after the first couple of songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
They first off, they're like, you can see in their faces that they don't know what's going on. But after a while, the audience makes them participate,
Gotcha.
and we make them participate as well. I mean, it's a nice, you know, those people, the Arch Enemy fans are not that much different than Kreator fans, you know. So it's like a big
Little bit of a gap.
a little bit of a, yeah, you know, but it's all fine. It's great. It works out really, really good.
That's great to hear. Now, I was looking at some footage of the South American responses, and you were kind of crazy. Mexico, Argentina. I mean, how that affects the mood of Kreator, the motivation to be in South America?
I think South America is very unique. Nowhere in the world. Yeah, maybe in Spain, maybe in Greece. There's a couple of places in the world, but You know, if you have like the southern people, you know, people from the south, also I think also in California, you know, people are more enthusiastic. They appreciate music, and then they really celebrate the evening. It's not like they're just checking out the band or let's see who's coming through. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I got to check out this band. Oh no, they're going there to celebrate metal. You know, and you can tell. I mean, you've seen the footage, you know what's how the kids over there react. Um, it just they just enjoy music and enjoy life, and it's just that's how it should be, you know. I mean, we're only here for a limited time, so let's just enjoy it while we can.
Now, with that in mind, you guys been not only in South America, but you guys went all the way to Australia, Jakarta, Asia. But with that in mind, which territories, which countries you have not been that you would like to take Creator?
We've been to Africa once only, and I want to play South Africa. That's
How was that?
no, we. I want to. I have never played. Never been there. Other than that, we've been to so many places, and I want to go to more places. Wherever we can, you know, wherever we can go, we would go. A different planet would be great, but that's far in the future. It won't happen.
Also, I recall, jumping into another subject, that you were not too of a fan of pop metal bands, and in
Pop
that,
metal bands.
yeah, like bands like phenomenons like Baby Metal. What do you think about that?
I'm not the one to judge, man. It's like, it's not for me. I'm not their target. You know,
I mean, in your opinion.
my opinion. Um, I listen to different. If I listen to metal, I listen to the real metal, and I like some of the gimmick metal stuff, you know. But on the other hand, I think if I really want to listen to music, it's got to be serious music. I don't like fun music so much, you know. So I checked out this baby metal who seems to be the enemy for some people. Like, oh, how can you do that? I'm like, it's a big party. Everybody's going wild, you know. I could not enjoy it as much as the people that were there. But if people are enjoying it, why not? You know, it doesn't really, it's not harmful to any of us. To the real metal bands, it won't hurt us. Baby metal will not hurt Creator, and all the bands that are around, you know, and that play real metal. So don't worry, it's all fine.
No, I mean, your opinion on that.
Pop metal. I'm a big fan of pop music. So if I want to listen to pop, I listen to pop music and not pop metal. That doesn't make too much sense. Even though some people say that if you listen to British Steel by Judas Priest, that's also pop metal, but that's it. I guess that's in a cooler way, you know. I think there's a couple bands that are just, um, like I said, it's all fine, but it's just not my cup of tea, I'd say.
Well, I mean, Creator is a band that established part of the history of thrash metal, and along with Destruction, Sodom, Slayer, Testament, and we can go so on. But now, in the 2000, the millennial part, what is your opinion on how thrash metal can be revamped? Because we see this movement, these kids, Lost Society, or, Warbringer,
Yeah, yeah.
all these bands. But in your opinion, how can these bands that form the genre, that are the root of the whole genre, can revamp the genre for the next generation?
I think it's all, you know, to me, I got to be honest with you. I know I'm totally aware of that Creator is a part of this thrash metal scene or whatever. But to me, it's music. So it's either on new album it's gonna be good music or bad music. There's nothing in between.
Well, I never hear any bad music coming from Creator.
But you know
Actually,
what? That's not doesn't matter. I mean, it needs to be passionate. It needs to touch people's hearts, and it needs to mean something. It needs to be relevant, and that takes time. So I think the older bands, that has been around for many years, like us and the usual suspects. um, they need to sit on their ass for a year and write good albums, and not like go out there, tour constantly and forget about the music. Because when you're on tour, you don't write. I can't. I mean, maybe some bands can, but I think it's some bands. To me, it seems like they only release new albums to have an excuse to go out there again.
That's a good point, Amelie, because many bands are doing that because of the turn of the business. So releasing an album in order to tour
Yeah.
and sell merchandise, since the whole movement
Yeah.
moves from record sales
Yeah.
to ticket sales, now
Yeah,
merch
yeah,
sales.
yeah.
What is your opinion on that?
The music should always come first. Then they can think about the business. You know, the business comes by itself. I mean, the business side of things, the business will do well if you write a good album. If you don't write a good album, your business is gonna suffer. It's gonna suck unless you're one of the titans, you know, like the older bands, the where the people don't care about new records anymore. Let's say AC/DC, for example. I mean, they probably put out decent albums nowadays, but I think what the people want to hear is the old classics, you know. And I bet, no offense, you know, I'm a big fan of AC/DC and all these big bands, but um, I think the key is to write classic songs for this day and age, you know, and that keeps the scene alive. That keeps the music alive. If you have, you'll see tonight we play some old school stuff, but we focus on our newer stuff. We focus on this tour. We play many songs from Violent Revolution onward, and you know what? It goes down great, you know, and people are not. Of course, there's some people missing some of the classics, you know, but there will be a time when there will be the Violent Revolution is almost a classic song. It's almost 14 years old, so you know, so that's the key. The key is to come up with classic songs for the, you know, on every album you should try to write another band classic.
Now, with coming up the 2 years of the release of Phantom Antichrist, when we will see new material of Creator, when we're talking about new music, are you guys gonna take, like you said, time off to write?
Yeah, that starts January, and then we take at least 2 or 3 months off, and where I try to write some stuff. You know, let's say I have 2 songs written
Okay.
already, demoed and everything, and I want to have at least 5 songs until I get together with the band, and then we start rehearsing, then we start discussing, then we start. I mean, almost have the concept for the next record in here. Um, so the release, the recording will take place January or February 2016, and the release will be in June 2016.
So we will have to wait at least a year and a half more before.
But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good album. I know that um, we have to. We know how strong Phantom Antichrist was, and we know how much the people like this album,
Yes.
and we know how, like, it's a responsibility that we have to top that album now, you know, because it's such a monster. We gotta create a new monster.
Talking about monsters, when you see them right, what inspire you in this? I mean, in this situation or in this modernity society world? Because I understand the differences between the 80s and 90s,
Mhm.
the 2000s,
Mhm.
and now in this modern era. What inspired you at the time to see them right a creator album?
Really, like, so many things. Like, it's hard to really like pick one. You know, it's music that I listen to. It's movies that I watch. It's books that I read. It's conversations that I have with people. Stuff that I hear when I'm on the subway or something. You know, or um, whatever. You know, it's like sometimes I have, like, I make notes in my iPhone. You know, like when I read a cool sentence. I read a cool sentence. Let's say I'm in a bookstore and I like a title of a book. I just take the title and maybe I put it into some lyrics, and then it's like a puzzle. You know, in the end of the day, it kind of makes sense. You know, and it's very metaphoric, but maybe it, you know, it should explain itself. If it if you read some lyrics or listen to some of the creator stuff, not all the stuff makes total sense, but it creates an image in your mind, and that to me is important. To If you listen to music, it should be like going to a movie. It should be like like a roller coaster ride. You put on an album and it's like, this takes you somewhere. Um, it's hard work. It's hard work.
Well, Mille, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us again.
Right.
Definitely looking forward tonight for Creator, another doses of heaviness.
Right.
And good luck with the tour in Europe with Arch Enemy at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And definitely looking forward to, let you guys rest and 2016, a new Creator album. Thank you
Right
very
on.
much.